Good evening, I'm Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Gandaki Province Chief Minister Khagraj Adhikari seeking the vote of confidence at the Provincial Assembly meeting. Adhikari has the support of CPN-UML, Maoist Centre and one independent member. Prime Minister Dahal says preparations for the new budget is at its final stage, priority to be given to employment and increasing production. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet votes unanimously to close Al Jazeera's operations in Israel. And Kuwait's Sheikh Imad Al Fahad Al Sabah banned for 15 years from all positions within the International Olympic Committee over ethics breaches. Gandaki Province Chief Minister Khagraj Adhikari is currently seeking the vote of confidence at the Provincial Assembly meeting. Prior to today's floor test, Chief Minister Adhikari had called the Provincial Assembly meeting seeking the vote of confidence. However, the floor test could not be held as a case against Adhikari was under consideration at the Supreme Court. After the Apex Court decided that Chief Minister Adhikari's appointment was legitimate, he was given the green light for the vote of confidence. As per the Constitution, Adhikari has to pass the floor test by tomorrow. Chief Minister Adhikari needs support of 31 Provincial Assembly members to secure the vote of confidence. 22 members from ruling CPN-UML, 8 from CPN Maoist Centre and independent member Rajiv Gurung are in favour of Adhikari. Rashtriya Prajatantra Party with 2 members has not yet decided on whether to extend support to him. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal has said preparations of the government's policies and programs and the new budget is at its final stage. Speaking at a program held in the capital today, on the occasion of the establishment day of the National Academy of Medical Sciences, Premier Dahal said preparation of the new budget is at its final stage. Dahal said that self-employment and production are in government's priority. He also informed that providing Bir Hospital necessary medical manpower, equipment and budget management was also in the government's priority. Prime Minister Dahal also said that for the expansion of Bir Hospital in Duakot, Bhaktapur, the first stage of the master plan to construct 500 beds hospital and medical college will also be given priority. 5 people were injured when a shed caught on fire in Imad of Lalitpur Metropolis 17 today. Lalitpur police informed that 5 people were injured when the shed where used mobile phone were stored caught on fire. The injured are receiving treatment at a hospital in Dhapak Hill. The fire, which started this morning, was finally brought under control at around noon with the help of 5 fire engines and security personnel. 2 houses and 10 cow sheds were completely destroyed in a fire-related incident in Jugaad of Triveni Rural Municipality in Rolpa. The Rolpa Police Administration said that 2 houses in Triveni, Ward number 4 and 6, and 10 cow sheds were completely destroyed after the wildfire in a nearby forest that had started on Thursday last week entered the settlement. According to the police, the wildfire in the forest of Triveni's Ward number 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7 has yet to be brought under control. Meanwhile, Sudeep Ojha's house in Bhugdeo of Kavre's Bethanchok Rural Municipality has been engulfed by fire that was triggered by a short circuit. Police have said that the fire was brought under control with the joint efforts of local residents. Chairperson of Bethanchok Rural Municipality, Bhagwan Adhikari, has said that the loss due to the fire has been estimated to be around 2 million rupees. A plywood factory in Bhaktapur's Duakot Changunara Municipality 2 was caught on fire last night. Operator of the factory, Santosh Man Shrestha, said that the fire started due to short circuit. Wood, raw materials, machine and a vehicle were destroyed in the fire. The fire, which started at around 11:30 last night, was finally extinguished at around 8 this morning. The fire was brought under control with the help of fire engines from Bhaktapur, Kathmandu, Lalitpur and Dhulik Hill. Operator of the plywood factory, Santosh, informed that the fire caused damages worth around 20 million rupees. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Naren Kaji Shrestha held an official dialogue with visiting Japanese Minister for Foreign Affairs Yoko Kamikawa earlier this afternoon. The meeting between Foreign Minister Naren Kaji Shrestha and Japanese Foreign Minister Kamikawa was held at Singhadarwar. The ministry has informed that representatives of Nepal and Japan held talks on bilateral relations and cooperation between the two friendly countries. Minister Kamikawa arrived in Nepal earlier today for a one-day state visit. She arrived in Kathmandu, completing her visit to Sri Lanka. Japanese Foreign Minister Kamikawa was welcomed at the Tribhuvan International Airport by Foreign Secretary Sewa Lomsal. This is Kamikawa's first visit to Nepal. Japanese Foreign Minister Kamikawa is also scheduled to pay courtesy calls on President Ramchandra Patil and Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal today itself. She is scheduled to leave for Japan this evening. The bilateral relations between Nepal and Japan was established 68 years ago. Nepal had set up its embassy in Japan in the year 1965. According to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, former Japanese Foreign Minister Taro Kono have visited Nepal 5 years ago. This is the first high-level visit to Nepal from Japan since then. It is time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why has the Prime Minister raised doubt on the smooth operation of the budget session? Your options are A, no agreement with the opposition, B, lack of initiative, and C, problem with the alliance. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. The government has decided the printing of a new 100 rupee note along with the new political map of Nepal that includes Kalapani, Limpiadhura and Lepulek. The KP Sharma Oli-led government had issued the country's new political map on 20th of May 2020, including the territories that had been occupied by India. The parliament approved the new map of the country with majority on 13th of June the same year by amending the constitution. However, the Nepali territories have still remained occupied by India. The southern neighbor has denied to return the occupied land to Nepal. Meanwhile, Nepal has neither raised the issue in the United Nations nor informed about the matter to representatives of diplomatic entities based on Nepal. Political parties seem united on this matter. However, they have failed to discuss the matter with the Indian authorities. Former Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli had visited India after issuing the new map of Nepal. Likewise, former Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Dewa and Premier Pushpa Kamal Dahal also went for a state visit to India. However, none of them could hold a concrete discussion on the issue. Let us move on to international update. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's cabinet has voted unanimously to close Al Jazeera's operations in Israel.
Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
The cabinet vote came today after Israel's parliament passed a law allowing the temporary closure in Israel of foreign broadcasters considered to be a threat to national security during the months-long war in Gaza. Netanyahu announced the decision on X, formerly known as Twitter. In another X post, Israel's communications minister, Shlomo Karhi, said he had signed the orders against Al Jazeera, which would be effective immediately. Karhi also ordered the seizure of Al Jazeera's broadcasting equipment used to deliver the channel's content, including editing and routing equipment, cameras, microphones, servers and laptops, as well as wireless transmission equipment and some mobile phones. The decision escalates Israel's long-running feud against Al Jazeera. It also threatens to heighten tensions with Qatar, which funds the media network at a time when Doha is playing a key role in mediation efforts to halt the war in Gaza. Israel has long had a rocky relationship with Al Jazeera, accusing it of being biased against it and collaborating with Hamas. The Qatar-based network has repeatedly rejected the accusations. Al Jazeera is one of the few international media outlets to remain in Gaza throughout the war, broadcasting bloody scenes of air attacks and overcrowded hospitals and accusing Israel of massacres. Palestinians looked through the rubble of the destroyed Al-Shair family home in the southern Gaza city of Rafah after an Israeli airstrike hit the building and the surrounding area overnight. Locals who have lost their houses to airstrikes say they fear the world was under false impression that Rafah was safe.
لا ما في أمان، ما في أمان في رفح إطلاقا، رفح ما فيها أمان. كل يوم القصف شغال، كل يوم الضرب شغال، بس إنه هيك دعاية وإعلام للغرب إنه في أمان في رفح، هي رفح ما فيها أمان بالمرة.
ورفح حتى رفح إنه آمن، ولكن هذا كذب وافتراء وهراء على الناس. هذا عشان المجتمع الدولي بيقول وين الأمان؟ هذا الأمان، هذا تفضل الأمان، هذا هو الأمان. هاي الأمان يا رفح، هاي رفح الآمن، هاي رفح. كل يوم بكسر فيها وبخبط فيها وبسوي فيها وبدنا نخش رفح، يا عمي خش رفح وخلصنا من هالقصة هذه. خلص رفح وخلصها بيدها بالمرة. من قائد حرب إبادة، هو صاحب حرب إبادة وخلاص.
Meanwhile, Hamas leaders were holding a second day of truce talks with Egyptian and Qatari mediators on Sunday, with no apparent progress reported as the Islamist group maintained its demand that any agreement must end the war in Gaza. As the talks were ongoing, residents and health officials said Israeli planes and tanks continued to pound areas across the Palestinian enclave overnight, killing and wounding several people. The war began after Hamas stunned Israel with a cross-border raid on October 7, in which 1,200 people were killed and 252 hostages taken, according to Israeli tallies. Hamas negotiators began intensified talks yesterday on a possible Gaza truce that would see the return to Israel of some hostages. Now, around 1.6 million people thronged Brazil's Copacabana beach for a free Madonna concert yesterday, braving the heat to see the end of her Celebration World Tour. Firefighters sprayed water before the concert when temperatures exceeded 30 degrees Celsius. Two cool fans gathered near the pop queen's stage and drinking water was distributed for free. Temperatures were around 27 degrees Celsius during the late night show. Rio state and city government said they spent 21 million reais, or $3.9 million, on the concert, while the rest was financed by private sponsors. The authorities estimate the concert could bring about 300 million reais to Rio's economy. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.